Hello everyone, my name is Oliver. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Devon accompanies Nate as he enters the Chancellor Winter's office. While Nate maintains that his days of power grabs are over, he playfully implies that he's going to check it out while Billy is away. The notion of the music event is fantastic, according to his cousin. Even though Nate had a fantastic concept when he first proposed it, the timing was off. Because Billy supposedly has it in for him, they think he has turned it on by himself. As soon as Mammy walks in, she starts yelling at Billy for stifling her ideas and attempting to affix the Abbott name to the business. She proposes that they attempt to mold Chance into an ally. Even while Devon respects Chance and his opinions, he thinks that's a terrible plan. Taking sides isn't helping the situation either. Billy isn't welcome there, according to Mammy. He's attempting to improve his hand because, deep down, he's always been a gambler. Interrupting, Amanda states, "I don't think it's fair to say that Billy is the one with power on his mind." Meeting the renowned Mammy is an honor for her. As they shake hands, Devon begins to twitch. The ladies chuckle as Mammy accuses her of being a spy. Mammy hopes that by taking her drinking, she will be able to convey a message to Jill that will end their conflict. Concern spreads to Devon and his cousin as soon as the women leave. While Nate agrees that they should keep an eye on Billy, he does not believe that Billy is seeking power. Chance may be a great ally for Devon, who believes he wants it all, and Mammy isn't incorrect. According to Nate, his relative might be the one that needs constant stimulation. No one is happy about this. Nate steps back and declares his disinterest in fighting. He feels they should ignore Billy and get down to business. They ought to be primarily worried about Mammy. After much back and forth, Devon proposes that they hold off until they hear Mammy's proposal to Jill. "And you're unconcerned that she didn't consult us beforehand. To what end?" Nate wonders. Chance and Nina are seated in the athletic club's dining area. Despite her knowledge that he is merely putting himself at risk of a paper cut, she still enjoys seeing him in a suit. Even though he has a lot to learn on the job, he is enjoying it so far. Mom knows he's longing for the chief's position. "Someone in the C-suite can be just as slippery as a criminal," he exclaims. The ex-cop thinks Billy and Devon are engrossed in a power struggle. Much animosity exists. Unable to shake the feeling that he is a pawn in something, he tells her about Billy rejecting his plan. If he feels he needs to quit his job, his mom says he can. Just because she prefers him to be at a desk doesn't mean he has to remain there. Her son questions whether he can change the situation for the better. The days of fretting over him, she believed, were behind her. Chance simply wants to assert his authority and believes he should side with Nate because they are both in a similar situation. When Mammy and Amanda enter, they immediately start chatting. Mammy is just as excited as Nate and Devon to hear about his ideas, according to them. It is her belief that Nina ought to take pride in her dashing son. Chance thinks it's fantastic for his ego, and she is too. Sitting at the bar are Mammy and Amanda. In light of her animosity for Jill, the lawyer finds it surprising that she speaks highly of Chance. They should get something to drink first, according to Mammy, so she can explain, but it's not a grudge. After they've had their drinks, Mammy reveals that, as of late, the family heritage has been front and center in her mind. According to Amanda, Jill has been making similar comments. Mammy says that the merger needs to be undone. For Jill, that is the message she wishes she would convey. The attorney notes that Jill is absolutely not going to consent to that. Losing the trust of the public and incurring large costs would be disastrous for the company. Mammy admits this and asks they keep it private. They establish firm limits and work alone in their own space. They need to return to their strengths. Amanda questions the benefit to herself and shakes her head in disbelief. Mammy claims safeguarding her family is her first priority. Everything has been thrown into disarray since Jill installed Billy as leader, which has led to uncertainties and dangers. Jill will reject the proposition no matter how persuasive Amanda is, even though Amanda can understand her reasoning. From a distance, Chance and Nina have been observing this conversation. The apparent animosity between the two women baffles her. She is well aware that he despises all this preening. The boundary between good and evil, according to Chance, has always been very obvious. Everything will work out for the best if he follows his gut. Corporate conflicts, she assumes, are less dangerous than gunfights. Both his safety and his happiness are essential to her. He is adept at reading social cues and responding appropriately. Amanda pays them a visit after Mammy departs to bid them farewell. Nina invites her to join them, and they discuss the rivalry between Mammy and Jill. You should not reveal this to them, but everyone thinks the two women are more similar than they would like to acknowledge. Mammy goes back to her office at Chancellor Winters. She verifies for Devon that she approached Amanda with a business proposal. In order to gauge if she would bite, she was casting a line. Oh well, it would have been better if they could have worked it out amicably, but she is quite content with a less amicable resolution. At the empty glass lounge, Jordan is feigning intoxication when Seth, who appears to be quite inebriated, comes over and inquires about the truth behind Nikki's narrative. With a pout on her face, Jordan inquires whether he is sincerely disputing their friendship. Really, how much does he despise her? Please, she begs, phone her so they can arrange to meet. She intends to join them so that she may meet her gaze directly. When it happens, she will remember everything. He recommends that she get a new wig because, especially when she sees that cheap wig, he remarks. His accusation is that she was the one who shoved Nikki from the wagon. He snatches her as she stands up to leave, calls her disgusting, and insists she stays put. She states, "Fine, you got me," while acknowledging that she isn't Nikki's buddy and adamantly denying that she abducted Nikki and injected her with alcohol. Seth proposes that they go see Nikki and her husband with the police to see whether his concerns are justified. In order to get her to consent to the meeting, he twists her arm. She claims he will be the one to laugh it off. He won't budge from accompanying her when she says she needs to get some fresh air. She tells him she's excited to see him again once they step outside and encourages him to make the phone call. She forces him off the curb and into the path of an approaching car. With her tears streaming down her face, she dashes back into the bar, pleading with the employees to summon an ambulance. According to her, Seth begged her to apologize to Nikki Newman before he killed himself, and she attempted to stop him. While visiting the Newman property with Victor, Claire, Cole, and Victoria, Nikki relates the story of the mysterious woman named Isabel that Seth had told her. She informed him she felt it might be Jordan in disguise, so now he's just as skeptical as she is. "Call the police," says Cole. With that, Victor gets up to make the phone call. They are concerned about Nikki's emotional state, because Claire can only imagine how unsettling it must be to have her in her home. She is certain she is largely to blame. Claire feels it's unhealthy for them to conceal their true emotions, despite Nikki's assurances that she is welcome and family. Even though her granny acknowledges that she reminds her of Jordan, she's still seeing Victoria in her. She intends to observe that in further detail. Claire assures everyone that she would not do anything that would cause them to regret her presence. Cole grins as they embrace closer. Claire wastes little time in inquiring about her aunt's situation. After Victor's return, she is told that she should contact Jordan. Victor and Nikki believe they need to move quickly, despite her parents' suggestions that they wait. Claire thinks the same way. She is coerced into calling a predetermined number. As a result, she decides to leave a note for Isabel. Hang up, they tell her. Clearly, Claire is let down. She is eager for things to be resolved so that they can all proceed. "I couldn't agree more," Nikki responds. When Claire is little, her parents put her to bed. How Victoria and Cole were able to regain custody of their daughter is, according to Nikki, a miracle. She is anxious that Seth may not respond and that she may be mistaken about Isabel. Victor agrees with her and feels they should proceed with his idea to fake a news story in order to get Jordan to come out. His departure causes her phone to begin ringing. The caller is unknown. After a brief moment of paralysis, she responds. There's a police officer around. Tragically, Seth was killed in a hit-and-run accident, they tell her. According to the eyewitness, he deliberately stepped in front of the vehicle. Gasp. Nikki say. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my Y&R Media to our channel and stay with us.